Patrick Sweeney.
Bishop Estevez, St. Francis faculty, family, friends, and class of 2016, good afternoon. We are here to celebrate the end of our high school careers. And before I start reminiscing about our terrific 4 years, I would like to begin by passing out a few thank yous to several deserving individuals who made this time great. Senor Ford, thanks for tolerating me and the other seniors for 4 years of Spanish. I'm sure it wasn't easy, especially with kids like Donovan Fosmo and myself driving you up a wall. Thank you, Sister Irene, for showing me what it means to be passionate about my work and how to turn that passion into success. Thank you to Mrs. Knuth and Miss Acosta for managing to balance work with fun. Miss McDonald, thanks for teaching me how to view things from different perspectives and come to respect and understand those perspectives. You've sat through plenty of rants and complaints from us, myself included, and we appreciate you taking the time to listen to us, even when you didn't need to. Thank you to my cross-country coach, Tommy Bulldog, for inspiring me to always run smarter and push harder. I'll carry my experiences from 4 years of cross-country with me for the rest of my life. Thank you to Mrs. Morey for helping me maintain my love of learning and by facilitating a classroom environment that promoted good discussion. Thanks also for turning a blind eye when I fell asleep in your class after 6 a.m. cross-country practices. Thank you to Mr. Roberts for inspiring me to always find the beauty and mystery in the world around me. If it wasn't for your nature walks, I never would have seen Tommy Janelle, Michael Brown, and Haas Marino root out a black racer and try to make it attack them. Thank you to Mrs. Dibblin for teaching me that I'll need to fight hard to achieve my goals, but also that they are ultimately achievable with enough dedication and tenacity. Also, I'm sure you'll miss the classic rock songs I played for you in the middle of class, such as Show Me the Way by Peter Frampton. Thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Fallow for stepping in and ensuring that our senior year was filled with all the fun activities that the graduating classes had before us. To my mother, father, and sister, thank you for being there for me for the last 18 years. You've given me so much advice, laughter, and memories. I owe my strong work ethic and my lighthearted nature to you. As I reflect over the last 4 years, I can easily remember being so scared and intimidated when I first walked through the doors of St. Francis our freshman year. There were tons of kids I didn't recognize. I didn't know if my classes were going to be too hard or if my teachers were going to be nice. I especially recall thinking that I wasn't the tallest kid in school anymore. It was a whole new ballgame. But as that first week came and went, I reconnected with old friends and made new ones. I remember meeting Jackson Carroll in Spanish 1, and then frequently getting both of us in trouble for laughing about something while Senor Ford was teaching. I recall Mr. Scott and Mr. McIninch bombarding us with jokes as soon as we set foot in their classrooms. And I remember Ms. Terrazano immediately chastising me because I was too loud and talkative. Apparently, I don't have an indoor voice. Our class has accomplished a lot during our time at St. Francis. The boys basketball team was district champion twice. The volleyball team was regional champion sophomore year. And the baseball team was district runner-up for all our years. The Wolfbotics team built some cool robots and placed in various competitions. The Latin kids won all kinds of awards for their projects. And the cross-country team came in second place at districts this year and brought home a trophy for the first time in this school's history. Plus, we crowned the best homecoming and prom kings I can think of, Garrett Hack and Tristan Daly. And I think we can all agree that Patrick Coogan's videos for Latin and Wolf Howl were Oscar-worthy material. A few brave souls survived AP European history. And most of us got through 2 years of cognitive tutor. We survived the Foxy Proxy Purge. We endured hearing the song, What Does the Fox Say, 3 times during the sophomore homecoming dance, and seeing the computer apps class do the Harlem Shake at least 4 different times during the video at Wolf Howl that same year. Many of these memories are ones I never could have dreamed would happen. If you told me 4 years ago that Garrett would dance his heart out at homecoming and prom, or that I would literally be hypnotized and play dead at a student government conference, or that a scorpion would crawl onto Emily Harrington's sock in geometry, or that I would be asked to imitate Bear Grylls for a Wolf Howl video, or that I would help my classmates move almost every desk in the school out into the hallway for our senior prank, or that some kid, not a student at St. Francis by the way, would drive a van into the baseball batting cages and set it on fire in the middle of the night. If you told me these things 4 years ago, I would think you were crazy. But as I stand here delivering this farewell address, I have to admit that there was some adversity that I had to overcome. Many of us will face this same difficulty when we start college this fall. As the first few months of freshman year rolled by, I struggled with where and how to fit in. Now, let me just say that I grew up in a close-knit family, where advice, lectures, and life lessons were bestowed very frequently. So when I asked my mother for advice, she said, "Connor, when you look in the mirror every morning, make sure you're proud of the person staring back at you." She was urging me to exercise integrity and to ultimately be proud of how I treat other people, even those I disagree with. Her advice helped me to focus on being kind instead of just cool or funny, and led me to forge the friendships that have lasted to this day. As we move forward with our lives and start this new chapter, I challenge you, my fellow graduates, to like the person you see in the mirror. I challenge you to not be afraid to stand up for what you believe in, even if you seem outnumbered. I challenge you to turn your worst situations into your best learning experiences. And I challenge you to push yourselves to your limits and give everything you've got to accomplish your goals. Class of 2016, I want to thank you. In some way, large or small, each and every one of you have impacted my life. I wish you all the best in your futures. My experiences with you all have formed the foundation of my personality and my identity. I would like to leave you with a saying that has guided my actions and choices during my time at St. Francis. In the words of Steve Jobs, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you want to become. Everything else is secondary." Now, enjoy the rest of this day, and may God bless each of you beyond measure.